Okay, hello everyone. Welcome for this my oral defense for my research project talking about the implementation of effective classes that improve second language skills and reduce the dropout of UNAD students at level B1 in virtual environments. So, considering that this research is focused on bilingualism in distance education mediated by technologies. The author is me, Sergio Vargas, my advisor is Edner Suarez, and my keywords are technology, methodology, strategy, learning, and online. So, the statement of the problem of my research was improving the acquisition of foreign languages through virtual environments by implementing the use of ICTs. So, the question was how can I improve students' learning and perception of the English language in virtual environments through ICTs or TICs? So, my principal objective or my general objective was to identify appropriate methodologies and strategies that maybe improve the abilities of my students in this second language. So another specific objectives was to establish really good points to develop my pedagogical practice with UNAD students and detect the different needs that my student had in that moment with this specific language, and finally identify the activities and methodologies that maybe improve the perspective of my students in these specific classes, especially in virtual environments. So for the literature review, I focus on the role of the teacher, on their performance in conducting classes of a second language, because it's important that the teacher was a principal foundation to establish the learning process for students, especially in a second language. And I took these three different authors. According to Court, English teachers can use various techniques, practices, and strategies to establish a really good environment to improve the learning process, especially in a second language on a different language. Because it's not important the place, it's more important the methodology and strategy that you can use. Second, according to Widowson, communicative language teaching has been considered as a methodological revolution in language learning. And finally, according to Hodner, language students and teachers are two central components of language learning process. So for my methodology, communicative language learning methodology and use of ICTs or TICs, I took four steps that I wanted to use through all my practice. Participation to improve the collaboration between the students in all these different sessions. Diversification using different ICTs, websites, and different tools that we can find in online environments. Lower attrition because the idea is that the students will feel more engaged and motivated to attend to these virtual sessions and online environments. And finally, a positive impact in the students because the idea is to maybe motivate to participate in these specific virtual sessions and virtual environments at UNAD. And showing and reviewing these results, I consider that maybe all the four steps in my methodology were completed because in these results, all my students are satisfied with my classes, my materials, and with me as the teacher. So I would like to say that all these results are really good for my training as a teacher. And I consider four final conclusions for these results. The students finished the classes with a degree of satisfaction. The results of the research showed really good results for improving their skills. The students see online learning as a possibility thanks to these applied strategies. And finally, in these results, learning English shows it's effective if the right methodologies are used. So, for the discussion about the results, I consider that maybe it's very important to consider TICs or ICTs, technology in general, as the principal tool to use in these different online classes because we can create different methodologies, materials, and maybe different strategies to study and improve the learning process of a second language. Maybe in these multiple sessions with group A and B, I can say that, and I will show us in the photographic evidence the fact that all these strategies were well received by students because these strategies are effective to improve all the skills, especially communicative skills, the more important skills for the language future. So, as a conclusion, I could say that maybe we have here promising results with the research because the results of this study reveal that technology, when used in an effective way, can improve the student satisfaction in these virtual environments and could be a really good idea use it to maybe improve the methodologies and the learning process of English. And my another conclusion is that this is a promising future to maybe underscores the importance of continuing using technology as an essential tool in English language teaching and maybe preparing the students for the constantly change in this world because in the future it's going to be more virtual environments than face-to-face environments. So that's my oral defense. Thank you for staying here and see you in the next opportunity. Bye bye.